Hi guys, welcome back. This is the second day in a row that I'm filming this video. I had to cut it short yesterday because my camera ran out of battery. It's just ridiculous, it doesn't last much at all. So today I'm just back again with the piggies. I refilled their hay racks just now so you can see them for a little bit while they munch on their hay, and I can continue with the Q&A questions. Alright, so this next question is from TeddyBear12211. And their question is, how do you control the smell of pee, etc.? Well, that actually was an issue that I struggled with for a very long time, and that was when I only had these two guys. I didn't even have Aries and Nimbus yet, so I was definitely having a lot of issues with only two guinea pigs. I definitely found a few things that worked for me, and I will share some of those with you right now. Let me just take this off the tripod for a little bit. Okay. Alright, so the first thing that I did was get an air purifier. I actually got it for $99. I think I got it sometime around May, and it definitely has helped out with the smell a lot. It has different settings. You can set it higher when the cages start getting a bit smellier, when it's been a few days since you did the whole cage cleaning, and it definitely makes a difference. So if you have 2 or more guinea pigs, I definitely recommend you get one of these because it definitely makes a huge difference. The next thing that helped me control the smell of the urine and the poop and everything, especially the urine, was that instead of using just plain towels underneath the fleece, I started using very absorbent bed pads. Now, I don't know if it was the type of towels I was using, the material, but as soon as I had cleaned the cage and the piggies had peed like 1 or 2 times, by the next day it just smelled awful, and I never understood why, so I decided to get a bed pad to see if it made any difference. I only bought one at that time, and I definitely noticed a huge improvement in that the cage didn't smell very much at all, so that definitely helped me. And once I found out that they were great, I just got like I think 3 more. So I have 2 that I use for the cages and 2 that I keep as spares for when I clean the cage. The next thing that has helped me control the smell of the urine is to strategically place potty pads around the cage. Right there you can see Nimbus. That right there is a potty pad under him. And right here I just have one of those piggy bedspread litter boxes to catch the urine and also the water that leaks from the water bottle. I found that that definitely helped a lot as well. So I just put these in the areas where they pee the most, which is right here near the hay rack, here near the water bottle, and right there under the little huts. And this one right here I change every other day, and these 2 I change every Wednesday, and I've noticed that it definitely keeps down the smell a lot. Ideally I would change them every day, but I don't have enough pads to do that, and that would be also a ton of laundry because I do a ton of piggy laundry already. So yeah, I would say get a few potty pads. You can also make them for cheap if you have a sewing machine, and just place them in the places where they urinate the most, and then get them out of the cage, throw them into the laundry basket as soon as they start getting a little bit smelly, and put in a new one. And the last thing that I do, well, that I've always done, is make sure to spot clean every day, especially the little hay pieces that they leave around everywhere. When piggies pee on hay, it just smells really bad, so I definitely try to clean that up, this hay rack area, every day. And also pick up the poops as well, definitely helps. So yeah, I hope these tips help you. The next question is from Piggies for Life 1, so a shout out to them. And the question is, what is the basic care or needs of a hedgehog? Well, I don't have much time to go into detail in this video because I have to try and keep the answers short, and I'm making them way too long already. But I do have a video that I posted on that a while ago. I think it's called What You Need for a Hedgehog, so I'll just put the link on screen so you can go and check it out if you're interested. But in summary, hedgehogs are pretty easy maintenance pets. First, you're going to need a pretty big cage that they can run around in because they definitely like to have their space. CNC cages are great options for them. The next thing that you would need is some sort of bedding. I like using shavings or beddings or the bedding that they sell at pet stores instead of fleece, because hedgehogs like to burrow and dig a lot. Their closest relative is the shrew, and they're also related to moles, which like to dig a lot. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. And the next few things are water at all times, the Hedgie pellet food. Just make sure that it's a plain pellet, that it has no like artificial colorings or seeds or nuts or raisins or stuff like that, which can be choking hazards for hedgehogs. They'll need insects every other day, at least not every day, but a few times a week, because they definitely need that protein source. And the other thing that they definitely need is a wheel, because they love running in the wild, and that's what definitely keeps them busy all night long. So yeah, I hope this helps you out a little bit, and go check out my What You Need for a Hedgehog video for more detailed information. The next question is also from Piggies for Life 1, and their question is, will you do Halloween contests, please? I knew this question was coming. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do a contest at the moment, because I have a few expenses at the moment and some projects that I have to do in my house. First thing that I have to do is change my furnace, because it's really old. I mean, I think it could die at any time, and I definitely want to prep for that. And furnaces usually run around $3,000 to $5,000, so every penny I save goes into the Alicia Needs a Furnace fund, because I need to get that done quickly. And I also haven't done a contest yet, because I want to think about it and make sure that I have really great prizes, and I also want to make it international as well. So if somebody that's far away from me wins, I want to make sure that I have the money to ship the package to them, because sometimes shipping can be extremely expensive. But yeah, there will be a contest coming at some point. I'm not gonna say when, so that people won't start harassing me about it, but it will definitely come. Just stay subscribed and keep on watching my videos for more information. Alright, so the next question is from Megan1000able, and the question is, my guinea pig keeps making a weird noise and sneezing a lot. Any ideas? I got 2 pigs. I'm not qualified to give much advice on this, since I'm not a veterinarian. However, there are a few things that I could suggest. The first one is that it could probably be the bedding. I don't know what type of bedding you're using, but with certain beddings like aspen, I've found that it makes small pets sneeze a lot. I did used to use aspen for my previous hedgehog, and eventually I ended up switching her to Carefresh, and the sneezing stopped. So it may be the type of bedding that you're using. It may be a little bit too dusty for them. If you are using fleece, then it could probably be that the detergent that you're using to wash the fleece is a bit too strong. Maybe try getting an unscented one or a hypoallergenic one if you can, and see if that makes any difference. It could also just be the hay. Sometimes the hay is a bit dusty, and they just sneeze a little bit, because they just stick their head in there and it gets in their nose and everywhere. But yeah, I would suggest trying those things, the fleece or the switching bedding if you're using shavings or some other type of bedding that they sell at pet stores. But if you just want to be safe, I would suggest you take your guinea pigs to your veterinarian, and they can check to see if they have an upper respiratory infection or something like that that's making it difficult for them to breathe and is causing them to sneeze. So yeah, that's the only advice I can give. To be sure, just take them to your veterinarian and ask them. Alright, now I've switched back to this bottom cage for a little bit, and I'll move on to the next question. The next question is from Let's Talk Pets, with the Z at the end, and the question is, how can I tame my guinea pigs? That's a question with a really long answer. I plan on doing a video on this in the future when I have some time, but I'll just give a little summary of what I've done with my piggies to help tame them. The first thing you want to do to tame your guinea pig is make them associate you with food. If they associate you with food, they will absolutely love you, because they'll come to you because they'll think that you always have something for them, like a vegetable or something that they really like. So what I would suggest to start trying is to just give them a little piece of a vegetable or something every time you approach the cage. It doesn't have to be a big piece, just a tiny little piece, and you can feed it to them through these little holes here to get them to take it from your hand. They'll slowly get used to that. Just make sure that every time you come over you have something to give them so they start coming up to you. The next thing that I would suggest to tame your guinea pig is to sit with them during playtime, during floor time. What I do is I obviously get a little pen. It can't be too big. And then I sit in the middle and I start feeding them some vegetables or something so they start coming up to me. And then once the vegetables are gone, I just sit there in the middle quietly, and at first they'll just stay like little statues, like what's going on, but eventually they'll start exploring you and coming up to you, and eventually they'll realize that you're not a threat at all and that it's safe to be around you because you give them vegetables and goodies that they like, and you also don't do any harm to them. And the last thing that I can suggest is to have lap time with them every single day. Don't skip days, don't leave any days in between until they start coming around. Just sit them on your lap and start feeding them a little vegetable or something while you're petting them so that they start associating you with like vegetables, and so that they realize that petting isn't a bad thing. But yeah, you have to be consistent with it. Even if it's only for like 5 or 10 minutes a day, just make sure that you take the time out of the day to bond with them for a little bit, because you'll definitely need that so they start coming around and getting used to you and realizing that you're not a threat. Alright, so the next few questions are from Aaron's Chimp F, and the first question is, why did you become a guinea pig slave? Well, the first question is because when I met guinea pigs, I absolutely fell in love with them and ended up getting all of these guys. And I guess as my interest and passion for them just started increasing as I kept spending more time with them, I kept on looking more information on the internet and found tons of forums dedicated to them and YouTube videos where people just have had incredibly spoiled guinea pigs, and it just seemed like a really good hobby and a great community to belong to. So yeah, I decided to jump on the bandwagon and spoil my piggies, and as you can see, they're pretty happy with their cabbie slave that they have. That was so cute, having a cabbie slave at their command 24/7. Alright, so the next question is from the same person as well, from Aaron's Chimp F, and her question is, what treats do your pigs... Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Look at these guys. Do you want a treat? Who wants a treat? Do you want a treat? Come on, I need to hear it again. Treat, treat, treat! Who wants a treat? Oh, now everybody's quiet, eh? Do you want one? What do you want? Who is trying to climb out of the cage? Barbok! Don't chatter your teeth at me. Alright, I'll go and get you something. I'll be back again. Alright, I'm back now. Treat, treat. Treat, treat. Oh, 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 it doesn't fit. Oh, there you go. Hey, don't teeth chatter at me. Treat, treat. And treat, treat. Oh, there you go. Oh my goodness. Alright, so everybody has their treats now and is happy, so let's quickly get through all the treat questions so there's no more weeking. Okay, let me set this back up on here. Alright. So the question, what treats do you find your pigs like the best, store-bought or fresh? Definitely fresh. They absolutely love their vegetables, as you can see here. They definitely get more excited about vegetables than store-bought treats, but they do like the store-bought ones every once in a while. I don't feed them too often though, because they're not as good as fresh vegetables. The next question is, what brands do you buy for your piggy pellets and hay? Guinea pig pellets, I use the Oxbow Natural Science. I used to use the Oxbow Cavi Cuisine as well. I think they're both equally good and great options for your pets. In regards to hay, the hay that I purchased doesn't have a brand because I don't get it at a pet store. I get my hay locally from local farms in the Midwest, since it's a lot cheaper than pet store hay. The pet store hay I find that my piggies do not like at all, and they just pretty much waste it. And a bag of hay at the pet store, like 24 ounces, costs, at least in my pet store, like $7, when I can get a 45-50 pound bale of it for $5, and it lasts me a long time. So yeah, if you have multiple guinea pigs or rabbits or any pet like that that consumes a lot of hay, I would recommend getting your hay locally because it will save you a lot of money in the long run. The next question, also from Aaron's Chimpef, is how often do you clean their cage? Spot clean and complete cleanings. I spot clean their cages every day. I absolutely make sure to do it every day because otherwise the cage just gets smelly very quickly, and I don't like having them run around in their poop because it's really gross. And the full cage cleaning I do once a week, every Saturday. So full cage cleaning involves taking out the fleece and the bed pad, washing it, wiping down the chloroplast with the vinegar water solution, and then putting in a new bed pad and a new fleece so that it's nice and clean for the whole week.